I had to come back to the office and get a different hat because it's colder outside than I thought it was. But Tate is out in the tractor. He went and grabbed some hay bales and the bale processor, and the heifers are following him in. I'm gonna go set some gates once he goes through them, so hopefully them heifers will go into the arena. And then I'll buzz all the way around and get behind him and help push him in. And then Tate and I are gonna sort some bulls off, some buffalo off, some longhorns off, and then we might sort like 50 or 60 of our home-raised bred heifers. And I don't think we'll get to it today, but maybe tomorrow we'll trail the rest of those bred heifers up to where the diamond bar, and we'll feed them up there till like February, I suppose. Maybe. We didn't do this yesterday because yesterday was like 0 to 5 degrees without wind chill all day. I'm still a little too cold today. We'll see. These cows look like they quit following the tractor. But as long as most of them got to this next pasture over, we should be able to get them. Well, so far it's working. I let Tate slip through. I switched the gates behind him and the cows started going into the arena, so I guess fingers crossed it just keeps going good. Hopefully. I should have got a video of switching the gates, but it was kind of a get it done and get out of the way type of deal. Didn't really want to hang out there. Turns out 350 heifers wiped the water out for a minute. Got him. Before we start sorting, I'll kind of walk through how our sorting system setup works. Our corrals we set up a little bit different than your typical square pens with gates down an alley. So this is like the shape of a teardrop. You bring, everything comes down here and you work them back that other direction. Better shut those. That'd been awkward. Anyway, just one guy stands on that gate right there, and you can have two main sorts in towards the barn and by goes back out into the arena. He can also grab this side gate here and sort next to the barn, and he can also grab that gate and dump stuff in this side pen. So it's a four-way sort with two people. It works pretty good. Hopefully we'll get some videos. Oh yeah, that wild little shit we'll just have to pull off whenever.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Go on. Go on. Get in there.
Yep.
For this one being that big.
They're freaking big. They're getting... I never thought they were going to be big at all.
Do some of them not grow very as much as...
Well, when Mom bought them, they looked like they'd been tipped to me. Like roping steers had been tipped. But they sure grew. It's fun watching them grow. I wish I would have taken more pictures when they're little. You know how to tell you've got really, really good friends. I really wanted to move these bred heifers today up to the Diamond Bar place, and I called my buddy Chris Bears, who has a garage door and seamless gutter business, and I said, "Hey Chris, what are you doing today?" And he said, "Laundry." And I said, "Would you be willing to come move cows with me?" And he said, "Yeah, let me eat lunch, I'll be right there." And now he's driving the cake pickup, and the dogs and I are kind of trying to get around these bred heifers, and we'll run them up the highway and up the hill, hopefully. Well, we made it down the highway. I did have to cut one guy off because they were all on this side of the highway, and he was about to cut through the middle of them right when they were getting to this gate. And that would have been super fun with one person and two dogs that are good 60% of the time. Sit down. Go ahead, girls. Easy, sit down. Hopefully they find the next gate. The next gate's kind of a doozy too. I'm not doing a very good job of getting much for videos, but there's 300 heifers here and Chris in the pickup and me on the four-wheeler, so I'm kind of afraid if I start taking a video there's going to be some kind of a wreck, because that's usually how it works. Good boys. Good boys. Good doggies. In my next life, I'd like to come back as a border collie. Trip's not quite that way, but Deke is like all work all the time. But for him, it's fun. It's like the perfect situation. You just love your work so much that you can't stop.
Get them out to the gate.
Alright, Chris is about to the gate. I'm gonna have to buzz up around these guys and get them turned into the gate, because the gate, there's a gate right on the corner of the county road and then it jogs. So every once in a while our cows will go around the gate and up the wrong side of the fence, and there's not another gate for quite a while. So I'll see if I can, maybe once we get to the very point of this hill, if I can get around these guys without shoving them through the fence and zip up there and turn them in through the gate. So in my mind, here's how this is going to go. I'm going to zip up here to the gate to turn all these bred heifers in. And if the dogs follow me, I'll just send them back and have the dogs bring up the back. This is usually why I get mad at them, because they're 3 and 2. And that's probably asking a little bit too much for somebody like me that doesn't know how to train a dog, but that's what we're going to try to do. So far, so good. Usually by now I've got to book it up there and turn a bunch of them in. And the dogs even stayed back there where I asked them to. Still bringing them up. I don't know what I'd do without dogs. I've got an old dog, Rock. He was the first dog that I had that was kind of good. And by good I mean like I've got probably a different definition of good than somebody that trains dogs. But to me they're good. And Rock got caught in a leg trap at the neighbors, and it was like 30 below zero that night. It was actually New Year's Eve, and he froze his leg and we had to cut his leg off. And he still worked good for like another year, but now he's just kind of a porch dog. But that's when I first learned how much dogs are worth. So I honestly, I don't know what the heck I would do without dogs. Stuff like this when you want to do it by yourself, and there's no way you could make this happen by yourself without at least one dog. horseback, you just kill your horses if you're trying to lope back and forth and do it all on your own. So I would like to get a count, but I think the next gate or even the last gate we go through is going to be a lot better. If I try to get a count at this gate, I'm going to make some sort of a wreck happen, which I'm not a bit above making a wreck happen. I'm good at that, but I think I'll wait till the last gate. I might try to get a count at the next gate and then another count at the last gate and see how my counting skills are. Getting pretty close. This last little 100 here are kind of headed off the absolute wrong direction. They're supposed to go right over the top of this hill, but it looks like they're going to make it difficult. Head for the trees in the rough country. That's usually how the last ones are. Dogs are doing good though. Come on, girls. You guys got to get through there so I can go turn them. Today. Look. Look. Sit. Good boys. Let's go get them turned around, fellas. Deaky baby. Good boy. Where on, Trip? Trip. Where on? If I would have waited very much longer, I don't think we'd have made her, because I'm guessing they usually go pretty slow up this hill. It's a coin toss with yearlings, so you never know. Sometimes they clip right up it, and sometimes they're like pairs and they just dog it the whole way. But we'll see. Time will tell. The moon's up already. I don't know if you guys can see that on a phone or not. There's the moon. The sun's just going down. They're fighting for airspace. Pretty though. Starting up the hill. Looks like Chris is just about to go around the corner. It'd be cool if I had a drone one of these days to get a video of all these cows strung out, or whenever we trail cows up. Deke, look. Deke, look, good. Good boy. Well, they're going up the hill way better than they came down it. When Tate and I trailed these heifers down, they went all along this rim rock here. Oh, where's my there? All the way, and then dropped off like just a nasty rim rock over there. It was miserable. You guys will probably recognize later, we're trailing these up to the same place that we hauled them to earlier. In the fall, we always end up doing kind of a lot of shuffling cows around, chasing grass in different places, and we trailed them down to the Campstool. Fed them for a couple days during a storm. Well, probably fed them for like a week, and then got them in and sorted some on them. And now we're gonna take them right back up there, and we're just gonna feed them up here for a month or two. So I got a bunch of hay up here, and I'm not trucker enough to bring it up and down this hill now that it's snowed. So dicking around trying to wreck a four-wheeler. Trip's just moving him right along. And this is what I like about border collies too. Trip's not a real big chaser. On the other side, it drives me absolutely nuts how patient he is because I am not. Go ahead. Go get him. Wear on him. Bring old Mr. Impatient 2-year-old in there. They're still following Chris up on top of the hill. There's quite a bit of grass up there, and they might have all just fanned out and said heck with it. Got 2 more corners and I'll know for sure what's going on. Well, they got all but one onto the road. He bets the Deke tries going straight up that. Well, maybe she'll come on her own. Trip, he's kind of like the dad on Talladega Nights. If things are going too good, like he just can't stand it, he'll just sort one off. That's kind of what he did to this one. She was headed to the road, and he just cut her off and pushed her up on this hill. Also, Trip will just leave you in the middle of nowhere. Like if I get mad and I yell at Trip, he just packs up and leaves. It doesn't matter if we're 5 miles from home. He just heads out. See ya. Can't treat me that way. So then I spend the rest of the day. Oh, good boy, Trip. Oh, good boy, Trip. Go ahead. Good dog. Oh, Deke. You chase him. Deke, be nice. Deke. Come on, jump on. Come on, jump on. Jump on. Good boy. Good boys. You want on, Trip? You want on for a little while? Yeah. That's why I always have to stand up on the four-wheeler. She's a little crowded, huh, fellas? Good boys. We're running out of daylight good now. The moon is a lot higher. And the sun is not so much anymore. We don't have a whole lot farther to go, but these guys are kind of quitting. Deke just ran up and is going to jump in the pickup, it looks like. Trip's still working. That's usually him that runs away and jumps in the pickup. Deke must be really tired. In true Lincoln fashion, we are officially out of daylight. I counted 299, and there's supposed to be 303, so that's pretty close. I think tomorrow when I feed, I'll just scatter a bale as far as I can and try to get a good count of them on the hay tomorrow. But that should be good. Get them kicked in here and shut all the gates, and Ashley and I get to live without water for the next 2 months probably, because this many cows usually consumes about all of the water. So back to our routine of I shower at 6 in the morning and Ashley showers at like 10 or 11 at night. Super handy. I'm kind of hoping that I can trick Chris into helping me again sometime, because this went a lot longer than I intended for it to go. But oh, he seemed pretty happy on the radio. Go buy him a steak maybe if he doesn't have something else going on. Chris, was today better than laundry?
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Merritt, are you excited that Coach Bears is at the Gulch? And excited for your Christmas concert tomorrow? Mm-hmm. What time is your Christmas concert? I don't know either. think it's after wrestling practice or before?
Hopefully after.
Hopefully after. Hey woman, how was work today?
It was fine. How was yours?
It was okay.
Yeah. You had your friend here help you.
Yep. Talked about that on a video today.
Did you?
Yep. How I don't know how I have friends still.